Hello everyone, my name is Nikhilesh and in this video I'm going to teach you Python. So basically I have been working as a Python engineer since last 5 years. I have started learning Python in 2016 by my own and gained certain knowledge in order to code in Python. So I will share my knowledge in this video. So I created few slides. Uh, I will teach it just like a one friend teach to the another friend. It's not a professional or a freelancer. So if you have any question, just let me know in the comment section. So without wasting a single minute, let's begin. Uh, if you see in this video, we are going to learn about this concept that are history, Python types and differences, installing, how to run it, how to run Python, and Python basic and example. So first and foremost, Python is one of the language which Google and many major companies use. That's why that was the main motivation for me to learn Python. And if we see history, invented by one person named as Guido van Rossum, and he open sourced the whole like the full language. Behind Python, it's a C++, but C++ is a very hard to write amount. That's why he invented Python on the top of that. Just like we have a gift and we just wrap it in some box. So box is the Python, and inside that it's a C++. So it's used by Google from the beginning, and it's a popular. If we see, this is the person which I'm talking about. It's a Guido van Rossum. He invented Python. He worked for Google for almost 8 years, and after that, he left Google for some different company, I guess so. If you see which company use Python, we can see Python used by major like Pixar, IBM, Intel, Facebook, Spotify, Google. If you see Google, YouTube is largely written in Python. So that's enough for you to learn Python. And I'm not sure, but I can say you can learn Python in like by 7 days, like to the intermediate level. It is a vast language, that's why. But yeah, in 7 days you can learn up to a certain level. So let's begin with the slide. He open source all this language and it's increasingly popular. So let's go to the next slide. So this is a person which I already showed you. Python is a has a huge documentation. It you can go and search in Google Python. See, the thing is, I don't read this kind of theory, so I haven't gone through all this documentation. It's good. Okay, Python types. First of all, there are two types of Python. Not this one, actually, the Python coding uh, language or framework, whatever you say. It's Python 2 and Python 3. Just I want to make sure that Python 2, uh, like, see, the thing is, Python is a open source language, right? So whenever you do something like machine learning and all, someone in the other corner has open source his algorithm, and you use that particular his Python code. So let's say he stopped writing Python 2, he started writing Python 3. So you need to work with Python 3 only. So that case happened with Python 2, that 2020 was the last day, like January 2020 was the last day when Python 2 was supported. After that, no, not a single developer has been writing code in Python 2. All are writing in the Python 3. So as I said, Python 3 has some new features library inbuilt. If you wanna, let's say if you wanna do some machine learning, you can get that code easily available in Python 3 on Google, but you can't get it with Python 2. That's why people support third version. As I said, last support date was January 1, 2020. So no new library will be on Python 2. The only difference or the only major difference I would say with Python 2 and 3 is the print statement. See, print 2 without parentheses is a Python 2. With parentheses is a Python 3. That's it. So just think that whenever you write something in print Python, just use print parentheses so that it will consider the Python 3. One more thing was that if you write raw input, this one, it will you return the string in Python 2, but input is by default is integer. So that's different, but this is not the case every time. So we will always consider input only. Forget about raw input. We will not use that. I have been not using raw input. So input and Python with parentheses. So as you can see, there's a see if you are into the tech industry, there is a popular website called Stack Overflow. I will show my profile over there. This is a Stack Overflow. If you see my profile, I have been using it since last 4 years. So you get all those question and answers over here. Let's say if you want to like let's say if you don't know how to write two numbers in Python, just followed by Stack Overflow, you will definitely get a one answer. So click on that. So see here you can get answer like enter this one number and two, second is a function. So this is the best website. If you write some answer properly, if you give let's say one, the particular person who wrote this answer will get some point. He has 42, I has 393. Now majority of tech industry want your stack of the profile if you are experienced. So that's why if you see if you are stuck somewhere in Python 3, you will get Python 3 answer only, not Python 2. So this line is a Python 3. So that's only the difference between Python 2 and 3, and Python 3 is the clear winner and direction of the future. So here third type is a running Python. There are two different ways of running Python. If you see one, it's just type Python on the terminal and you will get this prompt. If you see three arrow key, so this is called IDE, and it is as I said, it can be only used to verify a single line of code. Like if you want to verify a logic, you can use this way. But okay, let's go. Let's verify how it works. So let's go to terminal and if here this is Python. So let's type Python 3. You can see, let's say if I write import time. So import time is I will explain what the import is about. So this single line work. So let's say import test one. See, no model name. So here we can see that it's verified for single line of code. 1 plus 1, 2, then 2 plus 2, sorry, 5. So that's important. Just make sure that Python doesn't support spaces before than that. That was the first way of executing Python. As you can see over here, the one which I just explained is IDE. See Python 3 plus 3, it will come with this. Now let's say if you want to exit, just type exit. It will show that that is you can't use exit. So it's exit and this. In this way, you can exit a particular Python prompt. So in this way, let's again get something. So then exit. As I said, type exit on this one. Python script. So one, as I said, there are two different ways. One is this Python. Second is to Python script. So how it work like? you need to create a file using something called .py. Py means Python .py. Go to the file location, execute the following command like python3 and the file name. This is the best way I would say, because this will this is used to verify more number of lines. If you go over there, you will not, if you type python3, you will see empty. So your whole code got just deleted. It is better to use in this way. So let's say create a file called python.py. We can verify that. So till now we just gone through this history, Python types and variables. As I say, Python 2 and 3, why we use Python 3 more, and how to run Python in two different ways. So install is basic. Just we need to go through over here, download. There's a website called python.org, and here you can get the download Python. So it will download Python file for you, and here you can get the different version like 3.1.10. Let's see about this particular download, right? I guess I get it from here as well. So looking for the different OS, so let's window Python release. This kind of stuff. Download for Windows. It will start download. Just click on that and it will complete the installation. It was damn pretty easy steps. Fourth one is the Python basic and the Python example. We will go through that two stuff in this video, and afterwards I will in the next video I will go through the remaining stuff so that you get some intermediate knowledge of Python. So in Python basic, first step is to verify how Python look like, right? See, if you give x equal to 34 minus 23, it will do the minus and give that value to x. So let's verify over here, right? X equal to 12 minus 3. Now, if I do print, as I said, you should always use this bracket. See, print x is 10. So if I do 12 minus, let's say x minus 1. So just make sure that in Python, everything works from right to left. First, it will take this x minus 1 and then assign to x. So what do you think? What will be the new value of x, right? So if you go from here, this one, right side, x is currently 10, 10 minus 1, 9. So if I do print x, 9. So here we learn one thing, it works with right to left. The same thing mentioned over here. Now, yeah, indentation. Indentation is really very important, because let's see, okay, we see the C code. C code, C language code basically look like this. It's a hello world program. Include this bracket, or just a minute. Yeah, this will be more visible. Yeah, if you see, it's a print hello. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 line of code just for print hello world. And here we can see whatever is inside this brace will be considered, will execute it first. So in Python, we want this to reduce. So that's why indentation come into the picture. So indentation just add 4 space. That's it. Nothing more than that. And print how print hello world works. So it's just right. That's it. Hello, world. International, that's recorded. Did I, we will learn afterwards. Comment. So as I said, what how command look like? So whatever start. So let's say if you want to line, you want to add a single line of code. So it will be add with hash. Multiple line, add three this one inverted commas. So let's create file open. Okay, plus plus. Right. Let's say print. So this one is like this is line. This is equal. Let's save it as test one. Py. It's saved. If I go to over here, exit, exit, I go to desktop, Python sample, as I said, hello world, because anything in between these three inverted commas are considered as comment. Anything after this hash symbol is considered comment. So those are called as comment, and they are required because it's for understanding purpose when you visit your code after a few days. So comment is hash and this one.